pain, but I can't let you hurt me ever again. What I gotta do to be loved? What I gotta do to see love? A battle I'm sure to lose. Chest wide open from the exit wounds, and you pull the trigger. But if I say what you want me to say.
That route?
Okay.
Oh, as long as you don't go that route.
Okay.
I don't go that route.
Awesome.
Okay, so season 5 Cal Podcast, we back with another episode, keeping this thing moving. We talking about Black women, and we got somebody more like family with us in the CAF with us today. So first thing first, she gave me 3 things to introduce about, but I mean, I'm just let y'all know she's straight out of Shreveport.
Is.
She's a mommy of 2. She's a marketing professional, and she's a model. Shout out to the Go Model, and she's a lover of all things fabulous. We want to welcome to the CAF the one and only Miss Tavares.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, there's a lot of people ain't seen me in forever. There's a lot of people didn't even know I cut my dreads.
You know, when you cut your dreads, I was very, very surprised. Just want to let you know that.
Well, I mean, it's got something to do with my hairline. It was thinning out. Okay. So my barber told me, cut your dreads and like literally keep your hair low cut for like 2 years. And he said it'll come back. So I said, when I cut my dreads, I was 35. I said, when I turn 40, I'm going to grow them back. So I'm going to go 5 years with the low cut.
Okay. I mean, it works for you though. It works.
I mean, look, I've been getting compliments. I've been getting booty, so I can't complain with it.
I'm sure.
So I ain't tripping about the low cut. So it
works. It works.
It works, but it's just like it's a different vibe, if that makes sense.
I'm sure, because like I know, I'm sure, because like men with dreads have a different effect than, you know, the low cut. Like I feel like every man has their own like attraction based on what their like, I don't know, physique is. So I feel that.
It worked. I'm gonna tell this story, then we're gonna get into it. It was a young lady I was working with. I cut my dreads. She literally walked up to me and said, "Oh, somebody done got cute."
Oh, how did that make you feel?
I mean, we'll talk about what happened in the after party.
Okay.
So, but it's a long story. But I will say this: getting in the shower now and washing my hair, it ain't something I got to think about. I just do it.
Yeah, you use a lot less product, I'm sure.
Not less product, but more of I can wash my hair and dry my hair in the same night instead of washing my hair and got to set an hour aside to dry it and then get it greased and scalp. I can do all that just in minutes now. I love it.
It only took you an hour to dry your dreads. I'm just saying.
I mean, I didn't have that patience. So I would literally get like a pillowcase and wrap it up and go to sleep.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
So, yeah. So, Tavares, season 5 CAF podcast. Our first question that we asked everybody to get on. We stole this question from Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club. How is your mental health?
Mentally, that is a really good question. I think where I'm at now, I am in a lot healthier of a mental state than I was previously. I feel like this is the healthiest I have been mentally. I have done a lot of soul searching. I have done a lot of therapy. I've been in therapy for the past couple months. Mm-hmm. And so I think that has definitely helped my mental. I think there's a lot going on. And so therapy helps a lot. Like you don't realize the stuff you go through as a child or you go through in life that affects your adult life. And it's like, why do you make the decisions that you make? Or why do you react the way you react? And so therapy has really helped me drill down into that because I get really into the mode of just go. Like I'm in go mode 24/7. So whether that's mom life, that's career, that's model, I'm always on go. And so stuff don't really affect me until I have a minute to slow down. Okay. But I have to schedule those minutes to slow down because I will get to the point where I get overwhelmed and so all of that. So overall, I'm in a really good state mentally compared to, and I think therapy has contributed a lot to that. A lot of journaling, a lot of self-awareness, stuff like that.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. So now our next question is, because you are a mother of two and you do be out and about, and then during the pandemic, I didn't see white women, I didn't see Mexican women, Asian women. I only saw Black women getting attacked. So Tavares, we always ask women, Black women, do you have a gun license and do you have a gun?
I know you're gonna ask me that. So I do not have neither at the current moment.
So now I gotta get on your ass.
You can, and that's fine. You're not the only person. You're not the only person.
Okay.
It's on my literally to-do list for like before the summer. So accountability, hold me accountable. And I've told other people to hold me accountable. But the big part is I want like a concealed to carry. So I want to know how to use the weapon because I do not know how to use one currently. I grew up, like my mom was in the police and the military. So I grew up around it. But like me personally, I just never felt the need to have it necessarily. But understanding now the times we're in, yeah. And then just with me and being a mom of two, and I just want to be able to protect my house. So my goal by the summer is to take a concealed to carry class and to go buy me something.
Yes, Tavares, you could get you something that's like not too big, but you get something real light, but you can hold in your hand.
I want a cute little 38 or 9.
So
38 or 9.
I always tell my sister she doesn't have a gun, but she got my old taser.
I have a taser. I do have a taser. And
okay, all right. Okay. But I still want you to get the gun, though.
I'm going to do it. So, but you weren't the only person that's asked me that. So.
Okay. Now, Tavares, this season we got little cards we're using from Ace Metaphor in the Tonight Conversation.
Okay.
So we got some nasty cards and we got some relationship cards. You can pick 7, but you can't pick 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3. So it's either going to be 4 nasty, 3 relationship, or 4 relationship, 3 nasty. You choose.
I'm gonna go to Prue route for the first one because I'm gonna hope you invite me to come back. So I'm gonna do the 4 relationship ones and then the 3 nasty.
Okay, so let me get rid of one of these. Okay, I gotta get rid of one of these nasty cards. Now we get rid of that. All right, so we got our 4 and our 3. Let me line it up right.
Now, and with these answers, how in depth are you wanting? That's the next question.
Well, that's up to you, Tavares. I'm not gonna tell you to go as deep as you want, but I am gonna ask. So if you say, you know what, I could give you snippets, we'll take the snippet. If you want to go in details and exact thing, hey, we ain't gonna stop you. But just remember, if you do feel like you go over, just let me know. I'll go back, I'll delete, I'll edit it. Because we do want you to come back, so we ain't gonna treat you like shit.
Yay.
So, Tavares, we brought you on because we're talking about Black women this season. So, Tavares, in your own opinion, what is the state of Black women in the year 2023?
Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like Black women, we are, not to say we've never been in a position to have a voice, but I feel like in this day and age, what we contribute to society, it really matters. And so I feel like our role in society nowadays is just really playing a bigger part. Now, I also know that a lot of the newer generations, we're way more self-aware of like what those past traumas and stuff used to be. And so a lot of us are doing that self-work and doing that work to be better people. But I feel like from a generational standpoint and from like where we are right now, I just feel like we're doing better. Our voices are able to be heard. We're able to speak up more when we don't agree with stuff. I know me personally, I can speak. A lot of the stuff I'm gonna speak from is from my personal experience. Like I know as a Black woman, I feel like my voice was silenced when it came to a lot of stuff. So when I found my voice and I was like able to convey that, like that's a very liberating feeling. And so I feel like we're in a space and we're in a culture now to where people can hear it. I don't say they always accept it, but they'll hear it. And so I think as a Black woman, that's comfort in like knowing that, okay, I can say something and it not be twisted and misconstrued, or I'm being labeled as difficult. That
So
people,
let me see your nails. Yeah, this gonna be, I'm telling you right now, somebody gonna ask where you got your nails done because they're everywhere.
that's right. They are. I love my nails. You know, but I've always been like this, have I not?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never really paid attention to your mannerism. I knew Tavares, but I never paid attention to your mannerism. So, but I ain't gonna go down that route because we had a conversation.
I think sometimes I really did get overshadowed by a lot of stuff, but I think I'm in a position now to where I'm wanting to make my own and create my own and live on my own and establish my own voice. I think that's the big thing I have learned. When you say like, what's the mental state of Black women? I know for me, I just want to hear, like, I want you to hear me, like hear what I have to say and know that that has value. So, you know, Tavares a couple years ago is not the same Tavares today. I'm better, but it's just like I've had to do a lot of work to get to where I'm at today versus where I was a couple years ago.
Especially a mother of two.
Two, boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
And a girl.
So at least you got them out the way. I don't know if you're gonna have any more, but that's
done. I'm good. I mean, I'm done.
You can't stop God's blessing. So I heard women say that plenty of times, and boom, they got another one on the way. So
you know, it'll have to be some medical. It'll have to be a miracle. I'll say that.
Hey, don't put no limit on my guy. He can do. He can work.
I mean, there is no limit on God.
Yeah, don't put my limit on no guy. You don't know what he can do.
He may come down and say something different, and I'm gonna totally do what he wants.
You're gonna have these twins. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere.
What? Not twins.
Yeah, I'm putting it out in the atmosphere.
You trying to take me down?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Listen,
all the way down.
What Jasmine's on baby? I mean, she got 4.
She is happily with. I know she has 3, and she has a bonus child. So yeah. So
Jasmine got like 3 boys, and she probably could bounce back with 2 more. The way she been moving, like that.
Everybody has their own perception and stuff. I mean, that also depends on the partner. I think that when women are happy, when women are happy and taken care of, I'll say that. Okay. Like they're more willing to go the extra route for their significant other or have additional children or whatever. I just know from my perspective, I was good. Like I have my boy and my girl. I've gone through a lot, whether it comes to miscarriages and other stuff. So like, I just know I've had my birth journey. And so I know that some stuff I'm not going to be able to get back. And, you know, I have to kind of live with it, but know that I have a son to bring into this world that I'm so blessed to have. I say all the time, Landon saved my life, and you were with me. You and Fat now were like, oh, you're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. And I'm like,
yeah, you didn't look pregnant. You just look like you just ate too much.
I didn't start showing till I was like 7 months with Landon.
I don't think you started showing till like 3 days before you had Landon.
I mean, probably, but like I started.
Like if we were smart, if I was smart, I should have had a camera following you because people wouldn't believe like. For the people watching, when Tavares was pregnant, it just looked like she just ate too many rolls.
I always wore
sweaters. She didn't have a bump. I mean, it just looked like her fupa was just expanding, but it didn't look. She didn't look pregnant. Like y'all lying. I just want some gifts.
Man, like for real though. And honestly, it took a while for me to accept the fact that I was pregnant. So don't feel bad. Like it took me a minute to be like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't believe nothing until you had the baby. I'm like, bro, in 12 months, we got to find out if she really playing. Not 12 months, 9 months, excuse me.
No, literally, I sat here and I went to the ultrasound, and when they told me, because like my family we have a lot of women, so we have a lot of females. Like I have, you know, uncles and stuff, but they've had 1 son or something. But like the women in my family, my mom is me and 2 other sisters. My aunt is 4 girls, so it was all girls for a while. So when I had Landon, everybody was so excited. They're like, oh, we have a boy. So, you know, but yeah, I was in denial for a while. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Matter of fact, when you see me look over here, I'm working with another, my iPad, just to make everything straight. So if I look over here, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm just making sure everything good over here.
You're good.
So, Tavares, you said something about women more in 2003, Black women voices being heard. So you think there's a big, well, I know it's a big difference, but how do you feel like Black women of today versus the modern Black women back in the day?
I feel like the modern Black woman in the day was, we had to be strong, but we also did like the homework. Like we were the caregivers. Like if you think about the 90s women, right? We were the career women. That's when you first started career aspirations and all that other stuff. But it's like what we really heard, because I felt like sometimes being that career woman, it was what you said was you were trying to, or it may have come off as you're belittling men or you don't need a man, da da da. Whereas I just feel like in my generation, I have learned to be independent from a man. Like, do I want a man? Absolutely. But then do I know I can provide without a man? Yes. And that's fine. And I find a lot of freedom in that. Or to be able to have an educational, like, or a good intellectual conversation about stuff, and what I say holds weight. That is a lot to me too. And I don't feel like we always, as Black women, got that credit. I just feel like we were either the stereotypical angry or, oh, she don't want a man and all of that stuff. Whereas now, I don't think we necessarily have to deal with that all the time. Not to say we don't have to deal with it, because we do, but I think we have our own freedom of being independent. Like we do have single moms, we do have career women, we do have women that's out here in the field getting it, entrepreneurs and all of that stuff. And we're able to have a voice. Like I think women make up most of the workforce. Women, make up most of the, degreed people, like Black women specifically. So it's like we have power in that. And so I think understanding the women that we understand that, yeah, we have that power, and what we say does have some kind of weight.
Well, I will say this though, I'm hearing this a lot now. Before then, I can't say that, but I'm hearing a lot of women saying, yes, I can be independent, but I don't want to be independent. I don't want to be the man all the time. Sometimes I do just want to, I ain't got to worry about stuff, but I still got to do what I got to do until that opportunity comes my way.
Absolutely.
So to me, to hear more women say that, it's for, as a Black man, it's uplifting to hear, because before it was like, I'm this and this and that. I don't need you for anything else. And when you say that, I mean, like what you really put in the atmosphere, I don't want a man.
And I think a lot of that comes from hurt too, though, and past hurt, and how men hurt women, or how we've gone through and experienced hurt and trauma. Like I can speak from my own personal, like, and just seeing the women in my family too. Like men, like when the women in my family have gotten hurt by men, it's just like the way we react is automatically go to independence. Now, I was brought up on a whole house full of single women. I'm not gonna lie, like. My dad was not present. I didn't have a lot of male figures outside of like my uncles and like the men in my church. But it was like all I saw was independent women doing what they had to do each and every day, taking care of kids and responsibilities and all of that stuff. But I also saw the stress that came with it. Like you don't get no sleep. I do have sleepless nights. I do have nights to where I have anxiety about what I got to do the next day. Like I do have a high stress career that, pulls me in a lot of different directions. So like I'm learning I can't be Superwoman. I can't do everything. I mean, I wear a cape every day. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
We know your mama.
I wear a cape every day, but like
we get it. Somebody got to make them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We get it.
And my kids don't even do peanut butter jelly. They do sushi.
Okay, your kids are bougie. Your kids are bougie.
Bougie. Boo, did you expect any different though, honestly?
Yeah, because one of your kids should be from New Orleans.
I mean, no, he liked the booze too, though. He the booze. He the booze. Now, Lauren the baby, so I can get that. But yeah, but I just feel like we've always had to wear those capes. But then if you look at like the history of high blood pressure, anxiety, like strokes in the Black community, it was because I felt like a lot of that we had to take on a body. It's stress, and your body absorbs that. I think therapy has taught me anything. It's like the trauma that you don't deal with or what you don't deal with, your body just absorbs it. And, you know, you don't want to be 75, like 45 with a 75-year-old body. And I'm like, you right. I don't. So I'm going to do what I can do every day. And I push myself every day to make sure I'm a good mommy first and foremost and all of that. But then I also got to give myself grace because I can't do everything at one time. I can try. I can't. But then that's where it comes to like the independent. Like I can pay my bills by myself. I don't need a man to do that. Like I can take care of my children. Now I can only teach, you know, I can teach from a female aspect. I can teach certain things, but from a male aspect, I can't. So I understand that there's a need for that, right? I understand that there's a need for a male influence, but I also know that if it comes down to it, I can take care of stuff by myself and be good. But like, I mean, I think I'm like every person. We weren't made on this world to be by ourselves.
No. Going to these questions, Tavares.
Come on, questions.
First question is a relationship question. So in previous relationship, what was the most challenging thing that you think you had to deal with?
Challenging thing I had to deal with. I think I am the person, I want to save everybody. Like I want to fix everything. I want to make everything right. And I had to learn that I can't fix everybody's problems. Like that's not my burden to carry. But I also may not have the tools to fix a lot of stuff that people may be needing and wanting. So as much as you want the best for people and as much as you want to bring out the best for people, I also have to understand that A, I may not can't do that, but then B, that's not always my job, is to be able to have them fix the past stuff. So, you know, I feel like that's the biggest thing I had to learn, but like, I always want to help everybody. Like I want to help everybody. Like I want everybody to be happy, but that's just not always how life is. So.
All right, going to the nasty question.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Have you ever, now this is what you make, your boo, whatever, you sneaky link, whatever. Have you ever watched porn to set the mood? And if not, would you be down to try it?
Previously, yes, absolutely. I think in my younger years, I definitely did, just because I didn't know what I was doing all the time. And then it helped set the mood for the partner. And so I'm like, yeah, we don't make it through the end of it, but yeah, I think.
Come on now, talk to me. Tell me.
We don't make it through the end.
Tell me, Tavares. Come on now.
That's another conversation for another day.
We got an after party for it. Don't worry.
But no, I have.
Okay. All right. So now I got questions and stuff, but you said something that I really want to hit on, because you said you wanted to help and fix certain people. Now let me ask you this: why do good girls always get with bad boys, and why do they try to fix and change bad boys?
That is a really good question, and I think, again, from self, my history, whatever that past is, like I just feel like as a woman, you're automatically nurturing. That's when we were born into this world. You're automatically born to be a nurturer. And so when you see that others are lacking in certain things when it comes to emotion and compassion, you want to fill that void. The same way my dad was in prison my whole life. So I wanted a male to fill that void. And I didn't get that all the time. Or I had to go through some wrong people to get to that. So I think it's just something that's in us that just like, I want to fix it. I want to make him feel better. And then, honestly, part of me, if I'm being all transparent, it makes me feel like value at point in time. Like in the past, it made me feel like I was valued. Like, okay, well, if I made them feel better, then maybe they'll treat me right. Or maybe, you know, like life will be great. And it's not always like that. Now, I am the person that grew up on Disney movies, and I love Beauty and the Beast. That's like my favorite movie. So I wanted that prince to turn into a Prince Charming. It's just, that's not always how life is, unfortunately. So.
Well, the fact that you admitted that, I'm cool with that. Because I mean, I get it, but let me ask you this: do you think messing with? No, I gotta ask. Well, have you ever messed with bad boys?
Of course. Like, yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, so do you feel like it was somebody at the time that was a good boy that you missed out on?
Absolutely. I can say that, yeah. I can say there were good boys that I missed out on for the bad boys that I was paying more attention to. Like, there were people that I have dealt with that I really could be, you know, in a different position with. And I feel like those were the good boys that I wanted and needed. And I think also sometimes, and I was guilty of that, oh, I want this man that does all of these attributes. And when that man comes to you, oh, well, whatever. You blow them off sometimes. And I'm guilty of that because I'm that person. So I've definitely had good boys that I should have entertained more or I should have been more serious with. But because the bad boy wasn't showing me attention or I had to chase the bad boy, you know, the thrill of the chase kicked in. So.
Tavares, in 2023, do Black women still want to get married?
Yes and no. I was actually listening to a Breakfast Club interview like 2 weeks ago when Lala was on. And she asked that question, or she was posing it because she, you know, she's going through a divorce. And, you know, she was like, her friends, there's not a lot that want to get married. I just feel like the culture, the way it is, I don't feel like marriage is pushed the way it used to be when we were growing up. I at first thought that I didn't want to be married and, you know, stuff like that, but, or be married in a different situation. But I'm now looking back and like, okay, as long as I do my self-work, I'm focused on me. Like, I can't be there for nobody else if I can't love myself, or I can't be there for anybody else if I can't look at what I got going on and fix myself. So I'm in that working on me phase. But so, I think, yeah.
Because I got to ask, because I mean, you probably got a circle of friends that you talk to. Groups.
I do.
You never introduce them, but that's another conversation another day. Is marriage a goal for them? Like, do some women like, you know what, if it doesn't happen, I got a dog, I got a cat, or is it, let me just say this, or just a bunch of hopeless romantics out there?
I don't think we're in the hopeless romantic phase. I think we've grown up from that. I don't know what you call what we're in now, because I feel like we're not the hopeless romantic back in the 90s. I think we understand what people come with. Mm-hmm. I just feel like you got to be upfront with a lot of stuff. But I have friends that are engaged right now. I have friends that it's a mixture. I'll say that. I have a mixture of stuff. So I have friends that are either engaged or looking to be married, but then I also have friends that are like, I'm cool, been there, done that, as far as relationships go, and I don't even want to deal with that until I get to my next step. So it's a mixed group. It is a mixed group. I can say that.
So let me do this real quick, because you know Sue, right?
Yes, I love my baby.
I know. Sue, the brat is pregnant. You have no excuses. Sue, you have no excuses.
Don't do her like that.
The brat. The Miss Funkdafied.
I love the brat though.
Is pregnant. Her. Sue, you have no excuses. I just want to throw that out there. I know this ain't nothing to do with you, Tavar, but I just want to throw that.
Chocolate drop.
Yeah, Sue, you have no excuse. Brad is pregnant, baby. So yeah, let's get that popping. Already HS gonna sponsor
baby shower.
And the baby gender reveal, because that's gonna be a twerking contest. The baby shower was gonna be a brunch.
You have this plan in your head already, huh?
As soon as I saw the brat pregnant, I was like, "Oh man, the brat pregnant." Then something popped in my head like, "If the brat pregnant, Sue can get pregnant too." So Sue, we ain't gonna ask Sue nothing. Sue gonna get pregnant. Now I don't know how the brat did it. That information I'm still waiting on. If she went to a sperm bank, whatever. But anyways. Yes. Sue, you have no excuse. The brat is pregnant, boo. And so, Sue Woo baby shower 2024. Now,
drop. Let me know what my invitation is. I'm
just letting you know it's gonna be in Lafayette. It's gonna be in Lafayette.
Louisiana forever, so
it's gonna be in Lafayette. Just believe that. Okay. So, Season 5 Cal Podcast, man. We got Tavares with us chilling. Y'all already know Quita and Perk, like Perk might not get him because of his job. He had to work a little bit late, but I'm here to hold it down, and I think I'm doing pretty good right now.
I think you are.
Thank you, Tavares. Thank you. So as I hit my cigar one more time.
As you do. You are really good at this multitasking stuff, like Florida. Like, I'm so here for it.
Hey, 2 years. This is our 5th season. I think we got it down to we not the best, but we know what we're doing. I can keep a conversation, even I gotta fake it. So now, Tavares, this is a question I've been asking every woman, and I heard this question. I said, this is a good question because I really want to know. Do women know when a man value her or just desire her? Because I'm gonna give you before you answer, because it's been times in my life where I really thought I really wanted to be with a certain young lady, but I just desire her. And once we did it, it's like, what's next? Because I don't see no relationship with you. I just wanted booty. So can women literally point out when a man value her or just desire her?
I think it depends on the age. Like, I feel like if you're in your 20s, like, I don't think you're necessarily, if you're younger, I don't think you're necessarily looking for that at the time. I think as we get older, I know when I hit 30, it was just like, ooh, like, I'm 30. Like, you're not getting no younger, sis. So I think I had to learn the difference. I think depends on the woman and where they are in their life, because I think I just got to the point to where I'm learning where men desire me versus wanting me. But then also a lot of stuff I used to didn't see either. Like, oh yeah, people hollering at you. For real? What? Huh? But it's also understanding that I think at one point, my thought process, men only want one thing. And once they get that one thing, that's it. And they don't love you or want you or anything else outside of that. And so my big thing was learning to understand that, okay, like, it's stuff outside of that. And so I think from a woman perspective, it depends on the age. I can say that. I think it depends on the age.
So what is something that you picked up now being Tavares currently that you could teach young Tavares where you can tell her, hey, this man just want to, let me just say, this man just want to fuck you. But this man want to be with you. What? Give me 1 or 2 things where you can tell young Tavares, pay attention to this, watch out for that.
I would tell young Tavares, actions speak louder than words. I would say men are good for saying what they want to say to get you in bed and do all of that and desire you. Right. So like I feel like desire, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like desire when it comes to some men, it's just like that physical attraction. Yes. And it's like, ooh, I just want to see what that be like. I just want to see what that be like.
Yes.
Like, that's it. Yes. So I had to learn to decipher between.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little bit high. Go ahead.
But that's fine. Like, I had to learn that as a woman. Again, I didn't grow up with a male figure in my house. Like, I didn't grow up with a dad. So I ain't had nobody put me on game. Like, I had to learn a lot of this stuff with trial and error. So it was like I had to learn what desire and want look like. I feel like when a man wants you, he treats you so much differently. It's different, like the door opening and the dates and the checking on you at random times. And it's that stuff, not just, hey, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Hey, what you doing? You know, Like, the old folks used to say, what's open after a certain amount of time? Only certain is open after a certain amount of time. Like, I had to learn, like, okay, when a man truly wants you, this is what he's going to do to get you. But when he just desires you and wants that physical attraction, it's something totally different. And it's very, like, in the moment, if that makes sense.
So, Tavares, this is Quita, one of the co-hosts of the podcast. Quita, this is Tavares.
Hey, beautiful.
Hello.
Before we go any further, so we're just gonna do the red wig.
Yeah. You want to see what it look like up on here?
I mean, you had dreads a couple of days ago.
I still have locks
She can
now.
change. She can
They're
change.
here. They're here, sweetheart. They're here.
The power of a Black woman can change.
That's Black girl magic, sweetheart.
Tavares.
I'm just saying.
My weed, they go.
Tavares. This is first of all. Let me just give you a look. Do you remember Queen? Because she was with us during the Nouveau era.
Yeah,
She
I
came-
vaguely, I was out during the Nouveau era, but then I wasn't because I got pregnant with Landon. So
Oh, snap.
You
So
know.
Quita is via Utah / Arkansas Pine Bluff,
Hey.
currently in Bashford, Louisiana. She's a mother of two boys, and she's married. I mean, we used to say something in the old back in the days, but we don't say it no more. But she just recently won Best Decorator in the Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi area. I'm gonna keep saying that shit because
come on, sis. Yes.
even though she ain't gonna boost it, but
Come on.
I'm
so
not.
when she won, the Cal Podcast won as well.
We all won because
Yeah, we
everybody
won.
voted, so we won.
So technically, I won Best Decorator in the Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi area,
Shut up, friend.
But
and that's her business in the background. Touch of glass.
I see that. Look, I'm all here for the Black woman empowerment, Black girl magic. Like I'm all here for it. Like 100%.
Hey,
Queen,
it
yes,
is-
Queen.
it's dope that I did it this season because we're talking about Black women.
Right, but we won. Cal Podcast won that award. So,
Congrats, for real.
All right, Tavares. Going back to our questions
Okay.
now. Tavares, if your next boyfriend, mate, or whoever, do you prefer him texting or talking or picking up the phone calling you?
Picking up the phone, calling.
Mm.
I want to hear your voice. But I am that person, like I like to hear voices. Like, and I am a texter, mind you, I'm busy. Like I am like on the go 24/7. But like the minute that I see my phone ring, and if it's that certain person, to me that has value versus a text message. But that's just personally what I would prefer. I want to hear your
Now-
voice. I want to hear that on the other end.
Okay. All right. We're going to a nasty question.
Da-da-da.
Now, in vivid details,
Vivid.
Not
Vivid.
vivid.
yes. Well, you know what? I forgot. I'm gonna switch this one up. In simplest details, like G-rated.
Okay.
How would
G-rated.
you G-rated? Now, how would you describe your private part?
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
my gosh. How
Keep
would I
it G.
describe-
Keep it G-rated. How would you describe your
G-rated.
private part?
Do I get to answer these?
You know what? No, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Go ahead. So I have because I'm sitting here like I'm thinking like how G.
Oh.
I can help you out. I'll describe mine. It's a nice cigar.
That's what you got.
I'm Princess Tiana around this thing.
Oh, do you hear me?
Princess Tiana around here.
Quita.
Mm-mm. I need the vivid.
Come on.
I don't want the G rating.
Come on, Quita. In vivid details.
Ooh.
Come on,
First of all,
get it.
Tavares, she's a very open sexually person, so she
I
don't
watch
Ooh.
podcasts.
she don't run from it. So let's
Yes.
hear it, Quita.
She pretty. She's wet. She's everything that you want and desire. Out of I'll keep that G. Out of what you asked about.
And she still kept it cute.
Ooh,
She kept it cute.
she already cute. We about to add some more. Never mind. We'll talk about it in after party.
You like the adjective? I'm an adjective person too. Like,
Like I'm about to add something else, but we'll talk about it in the
After party.
party. That's got to go to the after
after party.
I like to accessorize my parts.
As we move on.
Now, see, look, I have thought about it like in my younger days. I thought
Absolutely.
about it, and I was like,
Younger days. You still got time, sweetheart. We still out here accessorizing.
no. And see, I didn't like the older me didn't rationalize. Like, do you really want to do this? Like, da, da, da. But
Yes,
trust me, I
first of
done thought
all,
about it.
Tavares in the corporate world, we got to keep up there. We can't let her go too far. Tavares in the corporate America, we can't let her go too far. We'll save it for the after party, boo.
What's that for the
We'll talk about it. We'll talk
We'll
about
talk
it.
about it.
after.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So, season 5 Cal podcast, man. We talking about Black women, man. We got Tavares with us, kicking it, helping us out. So, Tavares, do you think more Black women are walking in their purpose?
Absolutely.
Or do you think more Black women are just going for it?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the Black women I surround myself with, we doing a lot of self-work. And so walking in your purpose to me feels like you're doing a lot of the self-work that you have to do to know what you're doing. And so a lot of people I surround myself with, they're like, yeah, I just don't want to keep living just to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to keep just going every day just to exist. And I'm tired and I'm frustrated now. It is like, there's a purpose for me to be here, and what is my change, and what am I actually here for? Because we all have talents. We all are here for a reason. I think as Black women, sometimes in the past, our stories got like put behind. Like you couldn't you couldn't talk about it. It was in secret, or you were ashamed of it, or whatever. And so it's like nowadays, like there's a lot of stuff I'm able to talk about now freely that I wasn't able to talk about a couple years ago. But I'm like dealing with a lot of that stuff. It's like, but this is what made me who I am. And so, but this also helps me walk in my purpose, because I have to not be ashamed of what I've done in the past and the mistakes that I made in the past. But I also know there's a lot of women that I help on a daily basis, just doing what I do every day. So I would say,
can you tell that to Quita, because we're trying to get Quita to go full time with Touch the Glass. Now, Tavares, if you go on YouTube, Touch the Glass,
okay,
Quita has a video that had over 15K views.
Come on. No,
I think our most views video is like over 115.
Mm-hmm.
She got a 15K view. We trying to get her to do more with Touch the Glass. So can you tell that to her?
You know, I mean, sis, don't be scared to step out in that purpose. I'm just saying, hit me up. Like, look, I work in marketing. Hit me up. You know, we can talk offline if you need to, but I'm just saying. Like, okay, that's numbers. That's numbers, sis. So I'm just saying.
Okay, so the thing is, it was a simple video. A simple balloon video. And I didn't have enough followers, you know, for me to get monetized. So, you know, you got to have the followers and the views.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like all that is a lot of work. I see why people pay other people to do stuff, because all the editing and putting it together for it to be even beyond. Like, I applied Florida because this is a lot of work.
Yeah, like literally
15K views, Tavares.
15. I mean, let
me see if it's 15, because he be stretching the truth. I'm finna go check it.
No, that's a lot. But I also just know from what I do from like a social media content, like an influencer standpoint, like to schedule our days to do content, take pictures, locations. What am I taking pictures of? Like I need to, and I'm a perfectionist, so I want my pictures to look a certain way. I need the lighting and angle. That's work.
It's work.
A lot of work. It is.
That's what it was with my OnlyFans. I'm like, y'all, this is work. Like just having sex regular, it was a lot of work. Make sure you're still in view. Make sure you're in the camera. Make sure the lighting is good. Make sure they're getting the angles that, like, we had to stop having sex so I could position so y'all could watch him on top of me. Like, it was a lot of work.
Yeah, I think it's like when it comes to influencing, I think it's like when you get there and you have the count and you have the following. But see, for me, it was different because like I'm known in Louisiana. Like I'm known in Louisiana, but I moved to South Carolina. So I had to build my following all over again.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for like my friends and stuff in South Carolina, like my stylists, you know, the boutiques and stuff that I do model for, my friends that have makeup lines and stuff like that. Like they gave me an opportunity to get me known out here. But even to that point, I just looked at my Instagram demographics and I got people from like Germany following
me. That's dope. And I'm like, he did stretch the truth. It's 13K. But
that's still a lot though.
Go on, speak it, Florida.
Come on, 15. He's speaking 15 into your life.
Tavares, I keep telling him when I lie up.
You do.
I don't lie down.
You really?
I ain't saying her video got like 3K. When I lie up, and I always I tell them roll with the lie.
Yeah, you do. You've always been like that, Florida. Like
this is crazy.
I remember that fashion show we did one year. You was like, just playing for the top. Like I understand. Like I don't know if you remember that year that we were talking about, but like
I
that
do.
I'm talking about.
No, cause I remember that, cause that's when I hit my car hit that handicap pole.
Bruh. And the amount of work, and I mind you, I'm trying to graduate college and doing a fashion show, producing a whole fashion show. So
Oh, really?
that was a lot with Landon.
Yes.
Landon wasn't even one yet.
Oh,
And
wow.
Yeah.
so it was a lot. He was like, Tavares just, and it wasn't to where I wanted it to be from a weight perspective. I wasn't where I wanted it to be. People didn't know I was pregnant and had a miscarriage at the time. So like I was going through weight fluctuation, but I was still very dedicated on putting out a really good product when it came to a fashion show. And I was trying to graduate too, because I was trying to get out of, I'm trying to get the degree. Trying to get the degree.
So, Tavares, as a single mother of two, how is that on a day-to-day basis? Like like, because let me preface it, because there is a lot of Black mothers out here, single parents, trying to make sure, entrepreneurs trying to keep money coming in, doing what they got to do, but still making sure they there for the presence in their children's life.
Yeah.
So how's that going for you?
I do a lot of communicating with my kids. Like,
because you got a boy and a girl.
I have a boy and a girl. And Landon, not to say he's a mama's boy, but he's like, I feel like Landon is so in tune with my emotions. Like he knows when my energy is off. He knows when my actions are off. And so as a mommy of two, it's hard. Like I'm not going to say it's easy. It's hard. Like I always either don't have a social life, or I'm tired, or like when I'm sick, I still have to like push through for them, like to be able. It's like, to me, it's very beneficial because I know that what I'm doing is going to put my kids in a really good standpoint moving forward. But there's a lot of pressure I put on myself as a mom. Like, okay, I want to make sure my kids have a good lifestyle. So I have to work to provide XYZ, but I also mentally want them to be good and emotionally want them to be good. And I think the mental and emotional for me is really big, which is why I communicate with my kids a lot. We have a lot of change going on. And I'm always like, hey guys, I just want to sit y'all down and say, you know, this is what's happening. Mommy's going to be gone out of town for the next 2 days. I'll be back Thursday. You know, and we're going to do XYZ. So I'm big on communication, but it's overwhelming sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I have times where I am overly motivated and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I have times to where it's hard for me to get out of bed every day. Like, so very two ends of the spectrum, but I just think I look at them every day that I want to give up. And I'm just like, nope, I can't. Cause I have 2 little kids that look up to me and they didn't ask to be here. So that's what I go for. And that's why I go so hard. Like I do. Like Landon tells me I'm gonna be CEO one day. And he been saying that.
All right.
7. Okay.
All right.
7. My mommy's gonna be CEO of such and I'm like, okay, baby, speak that life into me. Because they say from the mouth of babes, right? So like, I don't know. I just feel like my son is always sold into me, which is a really good thing. And I feel like my daughter, she just really looks at everything that I do. Like my mannerisms, like perfume, jewelry, how I dress, how I carry myself. So it's like, it's hard as a mom, but I think it's just very lucrative though. Cause I know I have 2 really good kids that I put into this world that I am, not to say I'm scared all the time because it's like the world and I can't protect them from everything. But,
Right.
you know, I don't know. I have the moments where I'm raising them to where I can do the best. I'm raising you to go out into this world.
So what is that? So being a mother, raising them, how does a mother social life goes? Or do you even have a social life?
I don't really have, and I say I don't have a social life because I'm a sociable person. I just like if I go out, because I have my kids most of the time if I'm not out of town for work. So
what does Tavares do to go and let's say the girls call, hey Tavares, let's go. Is Tavares going?
It depends on if I have a babysitter or not. If I have a babysitter or not, that depends. If I'm tired from the work week, if I've traveled all week and I'm tired and I just really want to lay up with my babies, like it's like, hey, I'll miss, I'll catch y'all next time. There are sacrifices I've had to make with my social life. Like people have asked me to come fly to go do XYZ or come do this photo shoot or whatever. And I'm like, I can't, because of my kids. So I think it just depends on if I have a babysitter. And then what my work week has looked like, and if I have photo shoots and stuff. So if I have a photo shoot tomorrow, I'm probably not gonna be out the night before.
So, Quita, Tavares is a model as well.
Okay.
She's also part of the. I don't know if she's still part of the Go Models.
I'm honorary Go model. I'm still
Okay.
in stuff. I'm still in the chats.
Okay.
I'm still in the chat. My name has been Go Model T-Bar forever.
Yeah, it's still on Instagram like that. So
Instagram, yep, Go Model T-Bar and Twitter. Thank you.
So she's also a model, an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and from her first child, Landon says she's gonna be a CEO.
That's what
CEO.
He been saying that forever. Like my kids brag on me, like when they go to school and they're able to talk about like, hey, what does my parents do? Like my mom does marketing and da da da, and like they really like they chest me
If
out.
Landon would have just been in New Orleans a little bit more, he'd be like, my mom is this and your mom a whole out you.
Oh.
But since he ain't, and in that South Carolina shit, he real proper with the shit. If he was still in New Orleans, a little bit of New Orleans, he'd be like, yo, my mama the shit, your mama a whole at you.
He a little bougie. Him and Lauren both a little bougie. Yes,
Yeah,
Landon
like
actually just celebrated a birthday yesterday. He turned 11.
Oh, happy birthday, baby.
I know. We going to turn up at Big Air this weekend. Turn up.
Still didn't get the invite, but it's all good though.
You can come.
Now I can come.
Bro, you can come anytime. Florida, don't do me. Don't do me.
I gotta do you. Tavares, I gotta get these ratings.
Forever.
I gotta do this to get these ratings. Yeah, Tavares didn't invite me to her birthday
That's
party.
fine. Florida, whenever you want to come, let me know. Okay.
I sure will.
Okay.
So, all right, let's get to some real questions out here. Now, Tavares, as you know, Black women are getting their proper dues now. So, do you think people are just coming for Black women just to get, how would they say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Clout. Are Black women being used for clout, or is it just a pawn? Or are really people like, you know what? We've been having Shanika working in the office all these years. We need to take our time to actually listen to her.
I feel like we've always been like the scapegoats. We as in Black women, because I just know what I have had to deal with when I didn't agree with certain stuff. I was difficult, like if I didn't agree with oh, she's just being difficult. And it's like, no, I'm not being difficult. I just don't agree with what you're saying.
We've always been the angry Black woman.
The angry Black woman. Then, of course, I'm in corporate America. I have the long hair. I have the lashes. I have the nails. I speak eloquently, I do, but it's just like you always get that persona. So I feel like we've always been scapegoats, and it's always the angry Black woman. You can always blame the angry Black woman, but I don't feel like we've always been seen. Like, have you actually sat down and listened to what a Black woman had to say? Like, I don't think that was always the case.
So, like in today's time, from your own opinion, because you do work in corporate America, do you feel like people are listening to you now because they care, or just like, hey, we got Tavares here. Come on now, look, she a Black woman. Look, hey, look, Black woman. So, do you think it's that, or just are we actually okay? Tavares told us we do this for our business; it'll grow by 85%.
I feel like it's a little bit of both, but I also feel like working where I work, like in corporate America, I always have to drop, like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't at the end of the day. So I feel like I have proven my worth since day one. If you go look at my stats, if you go look at my numbers, like, okay, she's always delivered. And so I feel like that has helped me secure trust to a certain extent. And so I feel like I've had to work to get that trust. Now, does everybody have to work with, whether that's white men, Black men, whatever? Do we always have to work to get that? No, but I feel like as a Black woman, I've had to work extra hard to prove my value. And I feel like that helps people influence or be okay with, hey, when I suggest things, this is what it is. Now you do have the opposite side of that to where it's like, will it really work? You know, or was she really saying, is it really a problem? Is it really not? But then I feel like the most times when stuff has happened to where they didn't believe me, it always comes back to, dang, I should have listened. So it's just how I just feel like it's hard. I just feel like we should be listened to way more as Black women. I do. And I feel like we don't always come from a negative, angry place. I don't feel like that's there, but I also feel like after a certain time, like people get frustrated and people don't want to deal with stuff. And it's just like how we react. Like if I've been nice up until a certain time, like, okay, after a certain while, yeah, I'm gonna get an attitude. I'm gonna look at you stupid. Because I repeated myself or I've tried to be real nice. And I also feel like that's what people don't see either. They don't see that nice part before a Black woman reacts.
Because I'm be honest, you can tell when a woman being nice, Black or white. I think it's the other people. They don't know when somebody's being nice or when a Black woman's being nice. So do you think?
Sometimes, but I feel like it be some of our people too, though. I feel like it be some of our people too. We can't leave us out. We can't, like, you got some men that look at you stupid, or because you have a certain say and stuff, or because you even, or because you speak up. It's like, how dare you? Like, how dare you say that? I've dealt with a lot of that too from our people. So I think it's a mixed bag, that's hard, but I mean, that's the realism of life though. So.
Okay. Going back to these questions, Tavares, going back to a relationship. Let's say a guy just walks in, random guy, he want to get to know Tavares. What could he do to earn your respect to get your number? First time meeting you, Tavares, what do that guy need to do?
Hey, first time meeting me to get my number.
That's tough.
That is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, okay, so if I'm thinking out loud.
PM, see you in Walmart. I want to get on.
We're going to think out loud.
Wait. So is it somebody she's interested in? Because, we'll give our number out the first time he called. We just put that on block.
It's up to y'all. I'm talking about a guy walk up to you and say, how you doing? My name is such and such. Woo, I would like to get to know you.
Save him under don't answer.
or don't save the number at all, because I'm good.
What do he need to do?
When did you get sick?
I got strep throat over the weekend, but it's better than what it was Saturday and Sunday.
That's why. Oh my gosh. Well, look, I'm glad you pushed it.
Look, I've been drinking this damn tea.
You sweating? I can tell you perspiring. I can see all.
Yeah. I've been drinking this damn tea all day, getting ready for night. I ain't talked to nobody. I work in insurance. I didn't call nobody today. Just saving for the night.
Smoking that damn cigar, huh?
You sound worse. You talked about me Sunday because my voice was all whatever, and then now look at you.
Hold on. First of all, you just woke up, and Tavares, I'm gonna edit this part out. She get on the Zoom. Now you different. See, she was a person I reached out. I know you. I was just gonna clown you with Quita on here.
Whatever.
But it was. I mean, I do a whole lot. So
yeah.
Because on Sunday she, Quita in the church, she singing.
Girl,
all that.
Fuck you.
But she was still ugly that day.
I
don't care.
But back to the question.
What does a dude have to do to get my number?
On the first try, the first time we speak.
First try. It's the way you approach me. I just feel like it's a certain energy. You can't give like small dick energy. I'm sorry, for lack of a better word. Small dick energy. Like,
okay.
I want you to be respectful and to take the time enough to stop what you're doing. Because I feel like some dudes that approach me are like, say, "La mama, what's your say, "La mama, what's your number?" Or say, "La mama, can I get?" And I'm like, hey, first of all, who are you? Second of all, like, no. But to me, it's the approach. It's all in how you approach me. Hey, how you doing? Da. How you look plays a part in it because I'm a little shallow. So.
I I feel like these days a man should ask for your social media handles before they ask for your phone
Right?
number.
Yeah.
I would rather give you
do
my
it.
social media handles before I give you my phone number. So just ask for the social media.
I'd rather
And-
do that if I know, like, if you out of state. But if I see you, I
No,
want your number.
no.
Now, if you, okay, all right.
Again, it depends. Like I said, it depends on how you like ask me, how you approach me. Like I just feel like if I don't know, I just feel like I can tell now if we talked about like wanting and needing you, and not to say I'll necessarily know if a man want or need me in the first interaction, but like I can tell there are certain things I'll be able to pick up on. If you take the time, say, what's your name? Hey, how you doing? What's your name? You know, just how my day is. Now, sometimes people can be corny and, you know, do a little much, but I think it's your approach first and foremost, and then the energy you give off to me, and then I don't know, because I don't know, because like if you text me if the conversation boring, I'm gonna block you. So
All right, Quita, this question, I know you're going to like this one because we're going to the nasty question. It's a two-part question, Tavares. The first question, during sex, is oral sex mandatory?
where I'm at in my life now, it's not mandatory, but it is definitely encouraged.
Now, part two, you say encouraging. Is encouraging for you to get or for you to service?
Me to get. I feel like the servicing part is like a whole different thing. You have to be on a level for that. But like,
What? No.
you do that to a lot of people.
So it's okay for him to eat you out, but it ain't okay for you.
Service.
Oh, my bad.
Service.
It's okay. It's okay for him to service you,
Thank you.
but you can't return the service.
Return the service. I'm not saying that. Like, I don't mind return, but I don't want to be the only person giving. If that
Okay.
It has to be an exchange. Like,
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I was wondering because you was like,
So,
Yeah,
we
like
can do that.
give and take. Can we do a give and take?
Okay, I can
Your
deal
answer.
with it.
So this is your last relationship question we're done with, but what was the most romantic thing somebody ever done for you?
Most romantic thing somebody ever did for me. Dang, that's crazy. I gotta think about that one because that's
We
like
got time. We got time.
I see that because I'm really having to think about that, like romantic.
We got time.
Because honestly, I didn't know what romantic was until like older, like 25 plus, I feel like. So romantic, like, I mean, if I think about like high school days, like a man taking me to the movies, paying for a date, you know, stuff like that, opening the door for me, that would be romantic thing a man has ever done for me. That's hard. I don't know.
We got time.
I don't have one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting here because I want it to be romantic without me having to force it. So
Exactly.
without me having to drop hints, without me having to.
What was the most romantic thing a man has ever done for you in your life?
I don't know.
As you thinking, I'm gonna just bring this up. I didn't know what romantic is either until I start messing with older women, and you had to because they like that.
Yeah.
Now, like a younger girl,
Yeah.
romantic to her probably taking her to Red Lobster and let her order what she wants.
Yeah.
You're dealing with
Yeah.
an older woman, you got to think that thing out, like a walk on the beach,
Yeah.
you know, wine, drinks, stuff like that. Roses, you know, little stuff, even something simple as massaging her feet.
Yeah. But then
You-
I even.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah.
So what is something romantic is done, somebody's done for you
Oh my gosh.
that you consider romantic?
What? Yeah, because I think that's different too. What I consider romantic is
That they done for you, not what you want, what somebody done that you
Yeah.
thought was romantic.
I'd say I've been like there there was a whole date experience that I've had where I got flowers, and then the door opening and went to a favorite restaurant, and then it was like just being catered to not only by other people but by that person. So I would say, like, I don't know, any time a man can like foresee my needs before I can, like, I'm here for it. Like, I'm so here for it. So I would say, like, a fully thought out date with like flowers and like romanticism, not to say it necessarily ended, whatever way, but I say that.
Without it being a special day.
Without it being a special day, correct. Yeah.
Let me
Like
tell you
random day, not a holiday.
Not my
Just
birthday.
say you've been working hard, and I know that you've been working hard, and
Just because.
just because.
I had a coupon from Smoothie King. No, not Smoothie King. What's the other place?
Jamba Juice?
No, the other Tropical Smoothie.
Tropical Smoothie.
And I literally got me 2 smoothies, buy one, get one free. And I was like, you know what? Let me just give one to this girl. I gave it to her. She thought that was the most romantic shit ever. Got me some that night.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
You thought about her.
You thought about her.
Little shit like that, I didn't know women considered to be romantic.
And then and I know you had asked me a question earlier about texting or like talking on the phone. And like, I prefer talking on the phone, but if somebody texts me in the middle of the day where it's like, I know damn well, you ain't thinking about me. I don't know. I'm not in your fathom of stuff, but the fact that you thought about me to text me, yeah, like that's some like, hey, how you doing? How your day going? Or, what's going on today? Or don't let them people stress you out. Like, they be romantic too, though, because it be little stuff too. I don't want men to think it always has to be like monetary.
It doesn't.
Or it don't have to always be something like that. It can be like sweet words or a FaceTime. Like, hey, I just want to see your face today.
Now, I think that's where it's the thought that counts. That's where that comes in. Not that bullshit, baby. Well, at least I got you something. No, this some bullshit.
No, it's the fact that you thought about me and you didn't have to, or the fact that you really, if I'm mentally, like, I love a man that's into me mentally and into my mental well-being. I know that physically I have a physique, and so men are going to automatically be attracted to me physically. I get that part, but to know that, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm an emotional person.
Oh, snap.
Scorpio gang, okay. I am a Scorpio and I am emotional, but I'm also like coming from, like I said, I've been doing a lot of therapy and stuff. So I'm coming from like a lot of stuff that I may have projected on people that wasn't their stuff. But like, if you're able to see that, like, bro, I know you acting out of character. What's wrong? Like, this ain't normally you. Like, when you see that little stuff, they'd be like, oh, okay, you paying attention. When you pay attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Yeah.
Okay. So, last question before we get to these Cal Park questions, and Quiddy, if you got something, jump in and ask. Do you think Black women need to be more vulnerable, or they're already vulnerable?
I feel like
you hear about strong, independent Black women, but
I feel like,
let me ask you, Tavares, are you an alpha or beta? Well, no, don't answer that. Quita, what is Tavares, an alpha?
She's an alpha.
I would say I'm an alpha. I would say it takes a definite person to deal with me. It takes a certain type of male to deal with me, because I feel like certain males are intimidated by the fact that I have my own money, I have my own career. Like, I don't necessarily, I need you for like the nurturing part of stuff, or I need you for the compassion part of stuff. I don't necessarily need you for the monetary. So I think that's a lot for people. But I think from a Black woman perspective, I feel like us being vulnerable is based on how comfortable you make us feel, or how a male make us feel. Like, I
think that's definitely it. We can't just lay our vulnerability down, because y'all don't fucking do.
Y'all don't care, right. Or it gets used and abused, or
y'all don't lead.
It's just a whole bunch of stuff that could happen, or that.
Okay. So when you say lead, what do y'all really mean by lead? Because if we ask you what to eat, and you say I don't know, then we go somewhere you're like, I don't want that. So what do you? So break this down for all the men out there. when a woman says you not leading, what does that really mean? Because I want to get to the bottom of this.
Okay, so for me, I have got to trust that you not just gonna do some bullshit, like you not one of them fly by night, I'm trying to get rich quick. Like, yeah. I don't need that. I'm looking for someone, or when I think of leading, you can take control of the situation, and I can trust you when you take control of the situation.
Trust is
the communication part of it. As far as getting food, like a lot of people don't know it, especially like my city of Bastrop. We literally got like 4 or 5 restaurants. You got McDonald's, Wendy's, Sonic, Burger King. Like, so if I say I don't know what I want to eat, and it's different than if you say, okay, do you want to go here?
Yeah.
I don't want that. Like I've experienced that with my friends. Like if I get something to eat, I'm like, you want something to eat? They say no. But then when I bring my food, you in my food. No, bitch, you didn't want nothing to eat, remember? Like, and I tell them that all the time. Like, I see why men be upset with what we do, because you said you didn't want this, but then as soon as I got it, yo, fork over here. Like, I completely understand. Like, a lot of Black women, people don't correct us, and when people do correct us, we're offended. But I think that men should stand strong on it. Like, I need somebody that's strong. I'm an alpha myself, so I need somebody that's strong, that I know that's going to take control of things and that's going to handle things as they should get handled, because I do want to be soft. I do want to be a woman. Like, take control.
I know I'm on some like soft girl energy phase this year for 20.
We tried. They won't let
real
us.
hard because I'm tired of being strong all the time. I am like, bro, I don't like that. But like, say for instance, your analogy about the food. If you know me, you know what my taste and preferences are, right? So
right.
I'm just gonna eat Burger King. I'm not gonna eat such and such, but I know she'll eat such and such. And so, but I'm also the type of person, like, if you put enough thought into it, I'm gonna be appreciative of the fact that you just did it. So
right, take control of it.
Take control of it. Like, okay, I know you like seafood, so boom, we're gonna go to this spot. Da, 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 da. Or if you know that we've eaten, takeout the last couple days, like, okay, well, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna cook for you because
let's cook. Let's do this together.
I'm teamwork makes the dream work type thing. So I think
clearly we didn't eat everything that's in the city. So yeah, let's cook.
That's it.
Take the initiative.
No, understand, but that to me, I think that also from a male, that's how I know if you know me, that wanting versus desiring. Like, do you really want me, like, or do you really like desiring, like, to know like what my eating habits are?
So,
like,
okay. I got a question for you. Y'all, let's just. I'm gonna marry. Well, Quita is married.
I feel like you got like spiked up real quick.
Yeah, because I've been hearing women all the time. I want a man that can lead. Okay. You married. I come to you and say, hey, look, I got a better job for us in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We leaving in a week. What you doing?
If I trust you, let's go. Like, but then also me, like, because I know I have my own. I never want to not have my own because I know where that can lead. So
okay, okay.
Yeah, but if you
hold on.
She said that though. She did say that.
I did.
Hold on. But let's say you are in your field and you working, you making money, and you don't want to leave. Do you trust your man to go to Albuquerque and leave you while you stay here?
Yeah. Like I said, trust and communication. That's Quita's just.
I can respect you more for going and getting established than on the fly ideas. You know what I'm saying? Go get established and then boom,
Baby, God just gave me this idea. I think I need to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Then we fast and pray.
We gonna pray. Have we prayed together? But like I've never been the person to want to stunt somebody. So like if that's the move that he thinks he needs to make, go ahead. Like that, I'm gonna support you 100%. And if you need to go ahead to make sure there's an establishment for me to come behind, great. If I need to stay here and do what I gotta do while you go out there and do what you gotta do, fine. If I gotta uproot and move, that's fine. But we gotta talk about, okay, these are our finances. You know, this is what the expenses are. These are what the expectations are. Like, not saying I even gotta spend all of this money, but we gotta know we going in. I have to know what I'm walking into financially. That's what I.
Yes.
As I take a sip of this tea real quick.
Sips your tea. Sips tea. Sips tea. With the finger.
He drinking the tea. He ain't sipping.
That's a gulp. Did I say something, Florida?
Is he froze?
I think he is frozen.
It's so funny. He is froze. I don't even think he know he is froze.
I don't think he does.
He probably gonna cut all of this out.
It's fine. This is my first time. I was so nervous. So I'm sitting here like, this is my first time on here. So
Why are you nervous?
I don't know, because it's like you just never know. And then it's like I'd be wanting to make sure I'm not to say I necessarily have to say the right stuff because I'm me and I'm gonna not have my personal opinion, but you know, not everybody be like, you know, not everybody agrees with your opinion.
Yeah. Who cares?
You know, it is what it
My
is.
nose ring is twisted. I'm trying to twist my nose ring back around. I know it look weird as shit.
I like
He
the
just
ring,
made me the host.
I know.
Huh?
I said I like
My
the ring,
hair.
though. I like the ring.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
all
you
for some
so
colors.
much.
I'm gonna put some colors.
Girl.
Yeah.
I don't know what he got going on. So, okay, so
But
who do
anything
you
you
work
wanna ask?
for?
Huh?
Who do you work for?
So I work for a food service provider. So I work in the higher education sector. So I oversee marketing for accounts in South Carolina and Georgia.
Okay.
So it's a lot that falls under that title of marketing. So
So is that what your degree is in? Is in marketing?
no, funny. My degree is in finance. Finance.
So
I like numbers.
how did this happen?
I like numbers. So I graduated, right? So I graduated. I went and I had a job right after college. I hated, not to say I hated it because I had a job, but it wasn't making the money I wanted to make. And then it was a federally funded grant position that was not stable. So of course, I had Landon at the time, my son, so I need steady income. So I then left that and went into the property preservation industry, which I paid invoices every day for 2 years. I sat in a cubicle. I just felt very bored. My personality is really big. And I just got bored with that. And so when I interviewed to get into the company that I did, I was at my alma mater. And I was job hunting for like a year and a half. And like, no rejection.
Hold on, because Florida is on my phone talking about. We're still on here. It's just y'all are gone. You and the HS thing is gone. I'm gonna have to let you back in.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm the host.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay, it's showing you as the host now.
Yeah, it says AJ Sturgis is the host.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Yeah, because you was froze for a minute. We was laughing at you.
We were. That long sip of tea.
My damn.
I don't need you. She talking to me.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I done hung up on him. Damn. He didn't buy back in.
No, my damn uncle fucked around talking about the internet wasn't working. He want to change it because you can get some damn sports. Okay, all right, my bad. Now, what y'all was talking about? Go ahead and finish what y'all saying.
She was just asking me how I got into my career. She was just,
How did she get into marketing? And she
because I have a
got
finance degree.
finance.
A finance degree, yeah. So literally, you know how you read job description, and if you notice, like statistically, most Black women, we read for the credentials. Like, what are the qualifications?
Okay.
Like majority of us, that's what we read for. And so that's what I was doing. I'm like, I have a bachelor's degree. I have this, that, and the third, da, da, da. So I went interview for the position at my alma mater, and I got hired like 2 weeks later, and I've been with my company ever since. And so I've just continued to grow. Now I couldn't grow in Louisiana, unfortunately, because I had reached my peak. So I had to move, and so that's when I moved to South Carolina in 2017. So
okay.
And here I am.
Okay.
So your family is here in Louisiana?
Yeah. My family, my mom and sisters live in Virginia. But the rest of my family is in Louisiana. So I'm out in South Carolina. Out here doing my thing. My kid's dad is here. And so they, we co-parent, but it's kind of
Okay.
Sorry for the little hiccup. So
You okay?
Tavares, we about to get into our Cal podcast questions that we ask everybody. So is it going to be one or the other? You could pick 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3, depending on the question.
Okay.
But before we get started, let me say this once again. Suwu, the brat is pregnant. You have no excuse.
Chocolate drop.
Y'all will not get Sue pregnant. We're not doing
Yes,
it.
we is. We're doing that in
This is
2024.
Florida. Florida really wants to get
So-
pregnant.
Yeah. So, all right, Tavares, here we go with our question. First question: love or money?
But
She like numbers.
I do like money. I do, but like the hopeless romantic in me won't love.
Okay.
Financial literacy or health literacy?
Health literacy, because it don't make sense financially if you're not healthy, like body wise. So
All right. You can pick 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3 with this one. T-shirt and panties, lingerie, or nothing at all.
repeat the first one.
T-shirt and panties,
Mhm.
lingerie, or nothing at all.
Either t-shirt and panties or lingerie, and most times t-shirt and panties.
Okay. First time somebody didn't pick nothing. That's a first. You the first that know. Usually women pick nothing in T-shirt and panties.
I like it.
So you the first.
I like a little, I like being the first and stuff. So.
Okay, you the first. All right. You had to choose your man. Do you want him skinny, bulk, or big boy season?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Which is a deal breaker for you? The kids or how many baby mamas? Which one is a deal breaker for you?
Mm.
oh, that's so hard. I'm gonna say how many baby mamas?
Okay. Tavares, if your pH balance is off, do you still let them go downtown?
No.
All right. Is waiting 90 days even worth it?
Yep.
Okay. Who is more important in a Black woman's life, her father or her mother?
Y'all be asking these good questions.
We the calf, baby.
Y'all are. Father. I'm gonna say the father.
Tavares, what is the best advice a Black woman ever gave you?
Never apologize for being yourself.
Mm.
Tavares, fill in the blank. Black women should for Black men. Black women should for Black men.
Black women should. Ooh. I want to say fight for Black men, but then I feel like it has to be there's some gray area there. So I'm gonna say fight though for the purposes. Yeah.
Okay. Black men should for Black women, and you can't use the same answer.
Nurture.
Black men. Oh, nurture. There we go.
I'm gonna say nurture Black women.
Tavares, you can have a conversation with 3 Black women, dead or alive. Who are they? You can have a conversation with 3 Black women, dead or alive. Who are they?
Maya Angelou,
Maya Angelou is back.
Again.
Toni Morrison.
Toni Morrison. Who is that?
She's a writer. She wrote like The Bluest Eye. Like she's actually why I started reading. Like she wrote a lot of like Black novels back in the day. So like in my like high school and elementary, like middle school career, like cause the way she wrote and explained the way a Black woman looked, quote unquote, it's just how we saw ourselves. And like The Bluest Eye was like this Black girl that thought this white girl was so pretty and why can't I look like this and all of this. And so it's just like the way she was able to flip words and stuff. I just want to talk to her and just be like, girl.
Is it Tony or Toni?
Toni. Toni Morrison.
All right, I just want to make sure I'm not gonna look up. And your last one.
Last one. Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union made it to the cab. Okay.
She did. That's because I'm just interested.
Yeah, I mean that's the first time we heard somebody here. You're the first with Toni Morrison and Gabrielle Union. Okay. All right, Tavares, this is our question. We ask everybody this question. We've been asking this question since season 1 or 2.
What, 1?
1.
Because we had a whole argument about it.
Yeah, we did. It's a whole episode up on that. Who has the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
Whataburger.
Damn it, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whataburger.
Come on,
In
Florida.
your fucking face, Perk. In your fucking face, Perk.
Come on,
Quita.
Florida.
1-1. 1-1, Quita.
1-1.
Damn right. Damn,
I'm,
Hold on, let me take a
I'm
sip
rooting
or
for you
something.
all year. I've been rooting for you. Well, I'm rooting for you all season.
All season.
All right.
All season.
All right,
Because
Tavares.
my
I'm
guy
about to-
haven't won a season yet.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. So yeah, but that's that 1-1. 1-1 in the cat. All right, Tavares, I'm gonna show you a picture of a black woman. You probably seen this woman. She probably traveled around the world. You probably know something about her. But I want you to give us 3 things about this black woman that we might not know that you might know. So let me get the picture. Where is that? Okay, here we go. Tell us 3 things about this black woman that we do not know about.
She's been through a lot. She smiles through a lot of stuff. But she is so driven and she's smart. And so I want people to understand that.
Okay. Now, I got one more question, and I do not know how this is gonna go, but I have to act
Come on.
because
Wait.
y'all. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's
Okay.
another one because y'all was real close. How did the death of Princess affect you?
I don't think I've still dealt with it, if I'm being honest. Like I haven't still dealt with it. When I found out about it, it was a shock. And I think I go through the motions like every year, but I don't think I've ever processed it. But I just know I do have those pictures I look at and I still cry. So, and I love her to death. That's my sister. So, but yeah, I don't think I've just really processed it.
As far as this is a part of the show where we give you the flow, you can promote your business, talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's up to you. Give people your IG, Facebook, where they can find you. It's up to you. The floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank y'all for having me so much. You know, you can follow me on Instagram, Go Model T-Bar. That's
Point
G-O.
down, point down, point down. That's what I'm gonna put you.
Just start over because he
Right.
always do this. Like, I don't know why he don't give y'all this.
Direct me. Okay.
And give it in the beginning, son.
But no, follow me on Instagram, Go Model T-Bar. If you're looking for models and all that good stuff, you know, that's what I'm here for. If you want to have inquiries about my modeling or hosting or anything like that, TavaresShows@gmail.com is my email. Other than that, make sure you go follow all my pages. So
All right. Tavares, what do black women need to do better in 2023?
self-care. More self-care for
You
them.
are the 3rd black woman that done said that.
Self-care. Because I feel like as black women, we get so caught up into like, we got to take care of everybody. We got to take care of everybody. We got to take care of kids. We got to take care of responsibilities. We got to take care of this. We got to take care of that. And I think our needs come very last. And I just think we need more self-care. We need to give ourselves more grace. And I'm talking to myself as I say that because I'm one of those people. But you can't refuel from an empty cup. So take that time you need to. Like, if you need a minute, it's okay. It's not selfish to have a minute because I've, had to rework my brain and thinking about that. Like, your self-care is really important. I just really want us as black women to really take that time because it's very necessary for our growth. So I'll say that self-care for sure.
Season 5 Cal Podcast, man. We got Tavares with us. But we really do appreciate you getting on. Thank you for reaching out. I mean, thank you for accepting the request to get on. This really been a lot. Let me say this again, real hot girl shit. That's our love thing. So,
Real hot girl shit.
If there's anything you need us to promote, let us know. We'll happily do it. Quita, you got anything?
I don't. I enjoyed you, love.
Thank you, love. I appreciate all the good energy. Y'all can have me back anytime, man. I appreciate, and I was telling Quita, like, I was nervous at first, but like, I appreciate the invitation, you know, and the opportunity, and like, that's what I'm here for. And I'm proud of you, Florida. I really am. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So, well, if Perk were here, he been saying this all every episode. He would say you should come back for our 100th episode because that is this season. So if Perk was here, he'll probably invite you back. He'd invited everybody back for the 100th episode. But season 5 Cal Podcast, like I always say, we're gonna get better, do better. That's Quita. Perk, he not here, but Tavares, we really do thank you for getting on, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
G14 classified. That's good.
Long live DJ Star.